How'd you feel like Gabe hit against left-handed pitching tonight?
Thought he did well. Yeah.
What's kind of been his key to hitting his stride over the last couple of weeks?
I think just like anybody, just more confidence leads to more convicted swings. Seeing a lot more of the swings that he took last year, and just being on the barrel more because of that too. I just think he's more confident. He's probably gotten to the point of the season's like my numbers are my numbers. You stop worrying about that kind of stuff and just start thinking about helping the team win. And so he's been great.
What's that mean just for him personally? I know it's not the season that he's wanted, but to contribute in a moment like this tonight.
Yeah, it's why we've continued to just give him opportunities because he has a lot of talent. He is a great kid and a great teammate, and he works hard. So you like to give those guys opportunities, and I trust every guy on my roster. So sometimes the hunches work out, sometimes they don't. But I'm just happy for him because I think he put a lot of pressure on himself maybe earlier in the season. That was, he didn't need to, but it's tough. You're a young student athlete, and I've been there at times as well. So it's just, I'm proud of him, and tonight I thought his at bat with the 3-2 count, the 12 pitch at bat, and seeing him get fired up just to contribute, just to help the team, with a walk. I thought that kind of embodied the mindset that we had tonight, and honestly the mindset we've had for most of this year.
You guys, you've demonstrated your resiliency so many times. What have you learned about kind of how those guys handle that? Do you leave them alone because they know how to do it? Do you say something? What goes into that bounce back process?
Yeah, I think each situation may be a little bit different. You've had some losses where you get left on the field, and you had some that you maybe blew a lead. You had some where you didn't feel like you played real well. There hadn't been a whole lot of losses where I feel like we didn't play well. One of them was last night. So we challenged them a little bit last night to show up with the right mindset to win. And you're not always going to win when you do that, but you have no shot if you don't. So it's just kind of a work in progress. I mean, you just kind of have to have a feel for the guys and what they need at that particular time. And this time of year, they've heard a very consistent message from the coaching staff. I mean, the talks that I give them before each game are very, very similar. It's the time of year where the players have to lead from the front. I mean, they've got to lead on the field, they've got to lead with their words, they've got to lead with their actions, and holding each other to a pretty high standard to try to win a championship. And so that's what I've encouraged them to do as well, especially this time of year. That's where it really matters.
You say about that pitching performances for both, your starter Sears, obviously the pitcher of the year, but then also for Cristo, and get a day off coming Friday, and you have a pretty fresh staff, and it's so important in a tournament like this.
Yeah, and obviously we would have hoped that Sears' first start of the tournament would have been on full rest tomorrow. It didn't work out that way, but I am glad we gave him that extra day, to be able to give us that type of performance. I think he probably wanted to stay in the game at 99 pitches. He's like, well, I'm going to have 9 days off before my next start. But we felt like it was the right move to get him out of the game there. And he was great. I mean, the 2-out home run, they put a good swing on. The bases loaded situation, he did what he's done all year long. He made pitches when he needed to, got the ground ball out, and allowed us to score. And it's what Brett does. He allows the offense to get in a rhythm because his innings are typically so fast. He works fast. He pounds the zone. He was great. Great to see Cristo kind of a bounce back outing. He had a great outing against Indiana. And didn't probably pitch the way he wanted to, against Michigan State, but really bounced back, and stuff was crisp again. And velo looked like it was up a tick, and the slider was good. And Purdue's got a really good hitting lineup, so to hold them to 2 for 30 on the day, pretty impressive job by those two guys.
How big was it just to basically have there not be any drop off from Sears to Cristo, especially when you guys had a couple of chances in the middle innings to extend the game and you couldn't cash in?
Yeah, I mean, it was big that he got the leadoff hitters out. I mean, he was able to stay in the windup, and he was pounding the zone. I mean, it was huge. We went kind of back and forth on who the next move was going to be behind him. Coach Childers is pretty adamant that Drew was going to be a good matchup, and he just had the fastball command going and the slider. When he's going good, the fastball and the slider look exactly the same out of the hand, and it's really tough to pick up. And they had a lot of right-handed hitters in there too, and he's tough to hit.
Sears said he thought he had some of his worst stuff of the spring.
I would agree.
Did you see
Yeah.
that? And kind of what does that say about him? He was still able to be that effective.
Yeah, I would agree. I mean, I didn't think he had. I don't know what his best bullet was tonight. Maybe 92, 93. Usually you see some 4s and 5s in there with him. I didn't think the breaking ball was particularly sharp. He didn't feel like he had great feel of it. He threw some good changeups in there. So again, it just goes to show he can manage the game. I mean, and commanding the fastball, it's still the best pitch in the game is well executed fastball, whether it be in, out, up, or down. He can do all 4 quadrants that way. And again, I don't know that if he had his worst stuff of the year today, I'm just throwing him yesterday would not have been a good idea.
How do you guys spend the next day or so? Do you stay up in Omaha? Do you go back?
No, we'll be here. We'll practice. Sounds like we maybe got a practice lined up at UNO tomorrow, and we'll just move around and maybe find something else to do in the evening.
You go to McConaughey on Friday?
Yeah, McConaughey will be next. Yep.
Coach, what's going to be the message going forward? I mean, you guys handled the pressure today.
Sure.
How do you keep that momentum going while also making sure they stay calm and collected like
Yeah.
today?
Our guys are better when they're not calm and collected. To be honest with you, when they're riled up and they embrace the intensity that it takes to win, they're very, very good. So we kind of want them to be just ride that fine line that way. And again, the thing we have to do is we've got to earn it every day. And you get one hiccup in each tournament in the postseason. We've already had one. If we want to continue to make a move in this tournament, have a chance to win a championship, you have to earn it every day. And it sounds cliche, it sounds simple, but it's hard to do. It's hard to do in today's day and age when there's so many distractions and pulling guys in different directions. I'll say this: what our team has, I think, is pretty rare in terms of the resolve and the toughness. Are we perfect? No. I've said it time and time again. There's no perfect teams out there, though. The expectations that we have in our circle are higher than anybody else's could possibly have for us. So just keep showing up and competing and fighting. I'll be proud of them if they do that.
Final question for Coach.